What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Riding the Bench Eagles podcast. I'm Asif Badi. This is a clip from the YouTube show, so please do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and give me your thoughts in the comments section below. Without further ado, on with the show. Jalen Hurts and whether or not system quarterbacks are overrated, okay? So, let me ask you guys this, just, again, not that this is necessarily a live exchange, but comment your thoughts in the comment section. What is a system quarterback? What exactly is a system quarterback? Like, what can you say? What can you tangibly look at and say, oh yeah, this guy's coming into a system and he's just a cog in the wheel? There's no system in the NFL that I think really meets that criteria. And again, I'll elaborate on it in just a moment. For example, Brock Purdy. Everyone tells me he's a system quarterback. He's part of the Kyle Shanahan system. He comes in and he always gets elite quarterback play from guys who come in. Okay. What about a guy like Tua? He goes to Miami. Mike McDaniel runs a similar system to Kyle Shanahan, yada, yada, yada. Plug him in. He plays great. All right, let's continue. I mean, I've seen C.J. Beathard go into that system. Dak Prescott has been in the Mike McCarthy system, quarterback-friendly system. Shane Steichen, quarterback-friendly coach. Everywhere he goes, he gets the best out of quarterbacks. Fine. Here's the problem, though, with the tag of system quarterback, and somehow it's a knock, okay? What system are teams running that's so, I don't know what the word is. I guess let me frame it like this. What passing concepts are being run by NFL teams that other teams are not running? Are there route combos that other teams like Shanahan and like, McVay and Daniel, I mean, like all these guys are running that teams like Carolina are not running, that teams like Cleveland are not running? Like, think about all the bad teams in the NFL and all the great teams in the NFL. What is the difference between the two? They're not running concepts or running plays that are dramatically different than what these elite teams are running. Like, every team's going to have inside zones. They're going to have power plays. They're going to have counters. They're going to have quick slants. They're going to have drive concepts. They're going to have mesh concepts. They're going to have play action dig routes. They're going to have all of these plays that are just foundational curl flats. I mean, like all these teams are like Texas. Every team in the NFL are running concepts that every other team's running. There's no system per se that you could say, okay, you know what? Drop this quarterback in this system and he's going to thrive, but you put him over in that system, he's not going to thrive, when they're running the same exact play. Same exact concepts. Nothing has changed in football. There's no special route that receivers are running that, you go to a different team and you're like, wow, I've never seen that before. Everyone generally, a route tree is the same. High school, middle school, college, NFL. A 9 route's a 9 route. An 8's an 8. 7's a 7. Like all these routes, all these combinations, all these concepts are the same. So there's no system per se in the NFL that you could say a quarterback can just be put in here and they will thrive. Not necessarily. However, what you can say is that, hey, there's really great coaches who are better teachers. There are really excellent teams out there that optimize the play of the quarterback. Like Mike McDaniel, for example, not necessarily the best head coach, but what he is a guy that is really creative in his flow of play calling. He makes it easier for the quarterback to operate and execute the game plan with a good balance of run, pass, and making concepts fit his quarterback's strength. Same with Kyle Shanahan. It's not like, the offense has been that dramatically different for what he was doing in Atlanta versus what he's doing in San Francisco. The difference is talent. You plug in Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, you're going to get an elite offense along with George Kittle. In Atlanta, he had Matt Ryan, he had Julio Jones, he had Devontae Freeman, excellent players. You're going to get an excellent output. Mike McDaniel, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert. You're going to get good output. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. Yeah, you have trademarks in the NFL, things that you're known for. Like Kyle Shanahan's known for his, West Coast zone running scheme. Same with Mike McDaniel, right? And they're known for their play action pass, and they're known for toughness. Sean McVay, really known for his zone running scheme, power running scheme, play action pass. Andy Reid's known for the screen game, quick short passes, helping the quarterback out. Sean Payton's known for the vertical concepts, intermediate routes, really meshes, underneath throws, really good at chopping up a defense. Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota, known for his deep shots down the field, big plays, drawn out concepts. Shane Steichen, really, really known for shortening the field for a quarterback so that half the field is what he's operating on, making it a numbers game. Easy, quarterback-friendly offense. Mike McCarthy, super quick, short passes in the intermediate, taking wide receiver one, putting him in the slot and letting him work one-on-one on a nickel quarterback. Like that, like those are things that these guys are known for. But again, it's not like Mike McCarthy's running a play with like slants and digs one way, and in Shanahan's system, they're running it another way. No. The difference is play calling and personnel. I say all of that, and again, I'm going to get to the point here now. I say all of that to suggest this. Jalen Hurts' system. What exactly is the system that Jalen Hurts is operating under? Nick Sirianni has been his head coach throughout his tenure, but he's had a different play caller every single year of his career. Right? He had Sirianni call plays. He had Shane Steichen call plays. He had Brian Johnson and Nick Sirianni call plays again. And now he has Kellen Moore. And now he has Kevin Patullo calling plays. What form of consistency is there for Jalen Hurts via play caller, via system? So this idea that Jalen Hurts is somehow a system quarterback implies that he has some sort of consistency in play caller and language and, terminology. That just is not true. That's the difference with a lot of the other quarterbacks you got in the Shanahan system, in the McDaniel system, McVay system, Matt LaFleur system. All of them have had consistency in the terminology, in progressions, in how the plays develop. Jalen Hurts has had a different teacher every single year of his career, even going back to college. Somehow, though, it's a knock on quarterbacks to have consistency in play caller. If being a system quarterback, quote unquote, is a bad thing, then why is Brady's system praised? Why is the McDaniel system praised? What the difference is between a system quarterback versus concepts is execution and consistency in play calling. That's the system. It's not concepts. Why do you think every year Jalen Hurts is relatively consistent in terms of his numbers? 20 passing touchdowns, give or take, pretty low on the interception scale. He'll get double-digit rushing touchdowns. And you know where he wants to go with the ball. Again, there's no system in place. Football is the same for every single team. It's a matter of whether or not you have the talent and you have a play caller who can flow within a game and understand what the game is asking for. So again, being a system quarterback shouldn't be a knock. If anything, you need to look at Jalen Hurts and say, well, damn, if you're one of those system quarterback people, you should say, well, damn, every year he has somebody new operating the controls of the offense. And he has to go out there and execute it and get the ball to guys like AJ, like Devontae, like Dallas, and Saquon now. And keep everybody happy. Not the easiest thing to do. The job of a quarterback is to operate the offense that they are running to its peak capacity. That's the job. And results matter. So the fact that Jalen Hurts has had a different play caller every single year of his damn career, and in 2 of the last 3 years has gotten to a Super Bowl and now has won a Super Bowl championship and an MVP, you got to give the guy credit. He's not a product of the system. And if you want to say that you could plug in quarterbacks from any team onto Philly's roster and they'll win, maybe you're right. But that's not the case. You can't do that. You just can't. Jalen Hurts is operating the Philadelphia Eagle offense to the way it needs to be run to win games. That's what he's doing. There's no system. There hasn't been consistency in play callers. And honestly, there's no system in football. Texas routes are Texas routes. Slant routes are always slant routes. Digs, posts, nines, curls, flat routes, drags, mesh concepts, pivot routes, all the same. There's no different. Like everyone in the NBA runs a pick and roll. Back in the early 2010, 2015 time, the San Antonio Spurs' system was just passing the ball, pick and roll, passing it off screens. Steve Kerr, running a lot of pick and roll, rubbing screens, having Steph Curry run. Like, there's no system in the NBA. Like, back in the 90s, you had systems of how to spread the ball around. You had the triangle, you had the pick and roll, you had all these offenses in the NBA. You had the running gun offense. You had the Mike D'Antoni offense. You had all these types of different, schemes and, just different concepts of being able to push the pace in basketball or slowing the pace down, getting the ball to different playmakers, etc. The NFL, there's really, a counterplay is a counterplay. Like, no matter where you go, that's going to be the concept. You're always down blocking, having the running back pick a hole and go the opposite way. Running a zone play, the running back has to find the hole, shoot the gap. Blitzes are blitzes. Cover 3 is a cover 3. Man's man. Okay, so being a system quarterback shouldn't be a knock. That's the point here. And people like to, throw that as shade for a quarterback like Jalen Hurts and justify him not being an elite quarterback because they feel any quarterback can come in and run the offense. Maybe you're right, But that's not the case because we haven't had this stretch of winning in football until Jalen Hurts arrived. Well, that's just the fact of it. And, great ownership, great GM, really good coach, and a quarterback that operates the offense at an elite level. I'm sorry, your team does not have that on a consistent year-to-year basis. Because that's where a lot of this stems from, jealousy. Right? So, yeah. Being a system quarterback, not a problem. And hey, thank you so much for watching the Riding the Bench Eagles podcast. If you want to continue to support the channel, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. Also, check us out on Instagram and TikTok at Riding the Bench Eagles Pod. We're also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, you name it, we're on there. Thank you so much for listening, and please join us next time here at the Riding the Bench Eagles Podcast.